What are you most excited about in the new studio? Let's not include podcast room there because we've talked about how excited we are for that. But anything else specifically that you're very excited about?
There's just a bunch. I honestly, really, it's the sound. Like when it comes down to it, like the huge space is awesome. The lights. We're gonna get these motorized blackout shades. That's incredible. We're gonna have all the sound isolation. That's awesome. We're gonna get all the desks in, conference room, TVs, all the tech, the internet, the scannable door key, like all this crazy stuff that we're just now like getting our feet wet with and planning. But when it comes down to it, every time I shoot videos or every time we record a podcast, and I have to sit here and wait for someone pacing back and forth behind the window on the phone to finish his phone call so we can continue making what we want to make, it just dries up the creative process and just puts a fork in my creativity. So I would really like to not have to deal with that anymore.
Watch we move into the new studio and release like 200 videos next year because we just realized how long we've been delayed from people.
Because it's just going to cut the time in half of like having to wait for people. And like people like walk up to the elevator and like have a conversation outside the elevator, and then the elevator opens and they keep talking.
And they don't go in.
And they don't go in because they're so busy talking to each other. And then the elevator door closes and makes a loud closing noise and beeps. And then they go, oh, that's funny. We forgot to get in. And then they call it again. And then they wait for it again. And it's just the fact that we can hear all of this stuff. You can hear it in my voice as a bunch of people now come out of the elevator as I rant about them. So long story short, I mean, there's a ton of tech going in there, and I'm looking forward to it being like the ideal production environment, like studio workspace is going to be sweet. But the sound actually being controllable as much as the light is going to be huge for me.